A single bullet fired on a quiet Sunday morning in 1914 changed the world forever. It sparked the deadliest war humanity had ever seen. But who was actually behind the murder? Welcome to the Harvex story. Today, we discuss the biggest event, which eventually led to World War I, the assassination of Franz Ferdinand. In Sarajevo, a city in Austria-Hungary, Archduke Franz Ferdinand, heir to the throne, planned a visit with his wife, Sophie. It was June 28, 1914, the anniversary of the Battle of Kosovo, 1389, considered a holy day for Serbs. The security was not astonishingly tight. Only 120 local police officers were there. The rushed schedule was barely publicized and even pasted onto city walls. There were 6 cars in the procession that headed through Sarajevo from the parade ground to City Hall. Franz Ferdinand and Sophie sat in the back of the second car. The route took them along a wide avenue called Appel Quay. It was here that 7 would-be assassins waited, led by Gavrilo Princip. They threw bombs at the royal couple. One bomb even went towards Sophie, which Franz deflected using his arm. The bomb landed on the hood of the next car, dropped to the ground, and exploded. Officers were wounded, and many were injured. After throwing the bomb, the assassin swallowed a cyanide capsule and jumped into the river, but survived. Finally, Franz arrived at City Hall, where he shouted at the mayor, "I come to Sarajevo to visit, and I have bombs thrown at me." It's outrageous, despite the probability that someone else would take another shot at him. Franz was determined to continue with his schedule and decided to visit officers injured in the attack. The line of cars headed back down Appel Quay. There came a moment of confusion when the driver of the leading car took a wrong turn rather than heading to the hospital. Security spotted the error and asked the driver to reverse the car back. By this time, the second assassin, Gavrilo Princip, had given up for the day. He was standing by a cafe when, by sheer chance, Franz Ferdinand's car stopped right beside him. Princip stood less than 5 feet away from him. Without hesitation, he pulled out his gun and fired twice, hitting Franz Ferdinand in the neck and Sophie in the abdomen. Both of them were taken to the governor's residence, but were already dead by the time they arrived. Princip tried consuming cyanide and even shot himself, but both attempts failed. He was captured immediately, and that's how the first domino fell. At his trial, Princip stated, "The war arose in our own minds, and we executed it. We loved our people. I have nothing to say in my defense. He was spared the death penalty since he was under 20 years of age. He later died in 1918 due to tuberculosis in jail." Franz Ferdinand was considered a controversial figure. He became the subject of both regret and hate after the tragic event. The prominent emperor and the Archduke had a bitter conflict over Franz's choice of a wife. At age 31, Franz fell in love with Sophie Chotek, a Bohemian countess whose bloodline was not considered royal. He had to swear that his children would have no claim to the throne. Sophie was given no royal title and was never allowed to stand beside Franz at official ceremonies. Franz was a devoted husband and adored his children. But his marriage was a constant humiliation for him. The assassination was seen as a direct attack by Serbia. Austria-Hungary, supported by Germany, declared war on Serbia. Russia, an ally of Serbia, joined the war, followed by France and Britain. Within weeks, the entire world was at war. The death of Franz Ferdinand and Sophie became the spark that ignited World War I. a war that killed millions and reshaped the future of humanity.